I feel like Anderson Cooper. This is 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗧. I'm 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗧, and this is Food School. Today I'm going to teach you all about ganache. Ganache, it sounds so exotic, so fabulous. The truth of the matter is, it is a foundational item in all things, well, most things in baking. It is 2 simple ingredients. This is going to be incredible. This is going to blow your mind. Don't move along. Pay attention. We've got chocolate and heavy cream. Now, the cool thing about this is these 2 ingredients normally repel from one another. They don't want to get together, kind of like the Mets and the Yankees fans. They never want to be around one another. They fight all the time. With a little bit of agitation, you can put them together. They mix well, just like those fans would love chocolate cake. Now, why do they repel? You're asking me, Sherry, why do they repel? Because there's fat in chocolate, there's fat in heavy cream, there's also liquid. And the fats want to go away from one another. Pan, heavy cream. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make them come back together. Okay, so now ganache can be made all different ways. Remember what I said? It's a liquid, right? It's a liquid with a chocolate. So you could have water and make a water ganache. You could have fruit purees. It's a liquid. You're going to put these things together. And then there's also different levels of denseness, just dense, kind of like my head sometimes. Firm ganache has equal parts chocolate to heavy cream. This is the firm. See how it firms up? It looks a little like doo-doo, but that's okay. This firmness can make you a chocolate truffle, right? This firmness can also be smeared as a frosting. Softer ganache has a higher amount of heavy cream because I want to whip it maybe. Now I'm making a chocolate whipped cream. So we're going to heat up our cream. Now watch this. Check this out. I put a lot of heavy cream in. I'm not going to use all of it. It's all boiled up. I'm going to use about half of it. I'm going to save this for later. Okay, that's going to be our secret. I just let it sit, relax, have a cup of coffee, let it sit for half a second because the heavy cream is going to melt that chocolate. And when it melts the chocolate, it's going to be more in the liquid form. Now, this is going to blow your mind because you can keep this in the fridge. I've had this in the freezer actually for at least a month, and it's perfectly fine. Okay, now check this out. Now you can see the chocolate now is starting to kind of dissolve. And now I'm going to do what's called a vortex, right? The heavy cream is now starting to melt the chocolate automatically. You just got to look real close, real tight, pay attention. And I place my whisk right into the center. I'm not trying to stir all of it at once because if not, the party gets confused. And then little by little, I'm going to start to stir in the heavy cream to the center. Okay, watch what happens. Oh my gosh, this is so good. And then it just comes together. If I want, I could leave a little bit of the heavy cream out. I could add some butter into the mix, and that would give it a little bit more mouthfeel. Or you could just go straight with the ganache. I mean, if you don't have that many ingredients and want to make it too complicated, this makes it really easy. And the temperature when I'm finished should be somewhere in 90 degrees, 93 degrees or so by the time I'm finished. I'm at 89.2. Ha-ha. So that's a good place to be. Some of the chocolate isn't melting. I love mistakes, you know? That's actually what ganache is. Ganache in French, en français, actually means idiot or stupid. And the reason why is that there was an apprentice in the kitchen, there was chocolate melting, there was heavy cream nearby. He accidentally poured the heavy cream in with the chocolate, or it got fallen in. He made a mistake, and the chef called him a ganache. You know what? That's kind of like what happens in the kitchen a lot of times. We make mistakes, and we just have to go with it. Behave. So there it is, ganache. It can take you infinite places with your culinary and pastry repertoire. And now I'm going to show you a couple of uses. Fondue. Fondue for 2, fondue for 1. Tempted to eat it, but I'll just leave it there. So you could dip anything that's laying around, leftover cake. Speaking of leftover cake, I made this cake, but y'all can buy a cake and then you can fix it up. Nobody will know the difference with your ganache. I can cut it in the middle and fill it with some more whipped ganache. You can whip that up too. Or just pour it over the top. And don't be afraid to glaze it really with lots of chocolate. I did a little trick. Plastic wrap underneath, and check it out. Put it in the fridge for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, remember I saved some of my heavy cream over here that's hot? Guess what else you can do with ganache? In your mug, anything you want to drink out of, heavy cream over the top. I've got hot chocolate. This is the best dinner ever. Good stuff. So that's ganache. And this is the beginning of your journey into being a pastry chef, just like me.